All right, you guys know Makeup by Nikki LaRose at this point. If you've been watching us, if you've been following on the channel, we recently posted a video where we shared our thoughts and our reviews on different Sephora concealers. And the most popular question we got, like the question that was asked over and over and over again was,
how do you prep your under eyes for concealer?
In this video, we're gonna talk about that and also just kind of touch on overall skin prep for makeup.
Yeah. It's gonna be good.
Okay, so let's talk about skin prep because sometimes skin prep is different than your overall skincare routine. When you're thinking about skin prep, there are a couple of things you gotta think about, right?
Yeah.
Like one, you gotta think about your own personal skin. Like what type of skin do you have? What issues are you dealing with or non-issues are you dealing with your skin? And two, what you're trying to achieve with your makeup.
100%.
Right?
I couldn't have said it better. You have to like establish those things when you're going into skin prep. Like we're talking about skin prep for makeup, right?
Skin prep for makeup.
Not skin prep for at night.
Not a skincare routine.
Right.
Skin prep.
And very different. And I talk about this a lot and it's something I'm very passionate about because I prep tons of people's faces as a professional makeup artist.
And I also want to point out that a lot of the time primer that is out on the market, whether it's a thick silicone-y kind of primer or it's like a thin hydrating primer that's like a hyaluronic acid serum essentially.
Yeah.
When you feel like you love these types of products, I tend to find they are making up for the fact that you probably didn't skin prep right.
Yeah, I know we talk about this a lot, but I don't rely on primers. I'm not a huge primer person. I have them in my makeup kit because there's always a time and a place for them. If I was packing my makeup kit to do a client, primer wouldn't be the first thing where I was like, I can't forget my primer. No. My skin prep like is a good hefty corner in my makeup bag. It takes up a good amount of real estate in my makeup bag because it's that important. Your prep should be just as important as the foundations that you're putting on top.
For this skin prep specifically, we are showing you how we prep my skin, her client's skin, her skin for makeup that is built to last, like look natural, but also built to last for being on camera, for being at an event or anything like that. When it comes to my like personal everyday skin prep, I'm usually doing my usual skincare routine because I'm not trying to like pack on the concealer and do all those things. So when I say like you have to take into account also like what you're trying to achieve, that's important because I can tell you that the amount of moisturizer that I use and sunscreen I use just eats up makeup.
Or that makeup just slides right off of
Slides right off.
It just doesn't stick.
Let's just hit on like the highlights of just overall skin prep for makeup. One, you want it to be hydrated.
Let me start even before that.
Smooth.
Clean.
That is the best point ever.
Let's just start to like the very beginning, like the, which is going to come first? Clean skin has to come first. Like you can't do a good skin prep for your makeup and you can't do a good makeup if your skin is not clean, like properly clean. I can't stress this enough, specifically a whole general eye area. That's an area of the face that when we're washing it, and I'm very guilty of this too, like I'm just going to totally put myself out there. That's an area of my face where I'm not like rubbing and like I'm not going in super rough. So
I know what you're saying.
Even if I think I clean my face and my eyes completely at night, like the night before, I'll still wake up and as I'm putting like toners and things and I'm doing certain things, I'll get like a little bit of like runny, like old eyeliner that I'm like, I thought I got it, but I guess
mascara might still be there. Yeah, totally.
So my point is, even if you're washing your face at night, there's still gonna probably be like little remnants of like the night before, the day before that show up that you weren't expecting. So my biggest rule of thumb is the first things first is you have to make sure you're properly cleaning the whole face. But obviously, again, we're talking about the eyes a little bit more specifically. I love to just take a cotton round and micellar water. Micellar water is like, I can't live without it. I just go through gallons of micellar water between myself and my makeup kit because it's a great, gentle way to clean your skin on the go. So obviously I'm not taking clients to like a sink and like doing a whole thing. So it's the most convenient. It's very gentle, gets the job done. So clean skin.
Clean skin's first, and then second is?
Some kind of hyaluronic acid serum, some kind of hydrating serum. It could even be a hydrating toner.
Yeah, you love a hydrating toner.
I do. There's one, not many, but I love the one from Fenty Beauty. It's like the Milky toning essence. I can't live without that in my makeup kit. I put that all over my entire clients and my models' face, down to their neck, onto their eyelids, and I go all underneath the eye. It's a great way to like plump those little fine lines to really soften them and hydrate them without adding too much heaviness and product residue for when you put your concealer on top.
The thing that has really changed for skin prep for makeup specifically these days is that thinner is better, especially considering like formulas of foundations even are thinner. Even the way that you set your makeup, if you're not baking, which I don't think either of us are ever like, yeah, baking's the way to go for most of these looks. Like on a regular basis.
Not for a natural look.
Not for a natural look. Well, you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't think everyone's like watching and thinking I'm going to go bake today. So instead, you're doing something different, and that is you're using thin layers because you don't want to have anything thick. Having super dry skin will eat your makeup, right? Your skin's going to be like, any hydration I can get, I'm going to take it from the makeup if I have to. Or vice versa, if you have too thick of a emollient moisturizer on or too thick of layers on, it's also going to eat the makeup and break it down. So you have to find this fine balance of these thin hydrating layers.
All about the thin layers, not only with makeup, and but hydration. With your skin prep.
And hydration. Give that hydration, not moisturizer necessarily, hydration. That way it does plump up the skin and make it juicy. And having smooth skin. So exfoliating maybe the day before. You love the BHA from my
I was going to say, I love liquid things in my kit. I just, like I said, I have so many goodies in my kit for like skin prep. One of the things I cannot live without too, it's always in my kit, is the NATURIUM BHA liquid toner. It's like a lightweight exfoliator. It's super gentle, super hydrating. The way it leaves your skin literally so prepped and primed and like just baby soft and ready for your moisturizer and your makeup to go on top. It's a game changer. It's such an overlooked prep for makeup artists.
And then you go in with the moisturizer, right? Or sunscreen if you're going to be out in the day. For today, we did moisturizer. It's like one of those Goldilocks moisturizers where it's like you need to pick a moisturizer that's like right in between. Not super heavy, not super light, unless you have like super, super oily skin. I think for oily skin, you want to use something that's more of a gel cream, super light. Or if you used a serum, a hydrating serum, that might be all you need. And then you go in with the really light sunscreen, right?
That's exactly what I do. Yeah.
So you might want to do something like that if you have oily skin.
If you're going out in the daytime.
If you have dry skin, you're going to want something that's still not overly moisturizing. You want to focus more on the hydration then.
Yes, get that skin hydrated and plumped and get those fine lines like plumped up.
Then use like the Goldilocks moisturizer. She loves the Multi-Peptide moisturizer from NATURIUM.
Always have that in my makeup kits. In fact, I have a funny story. One of my regular clients I see all the time, I recently run out of my Multi-Peptide cream. I didn't have a chance to go pick one up. I didn't have a chance to go bug them for some more or any of those things. So I replaced it with something that I thought was like-minded enough that I could get through like the next couple of days before I had time to go replenish it. My client was like, "Did you put moisturizer on me?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "When?" I'm like, well, I just did. She's like, "I don't feel it. It doesn't feel like what it normally feels like." I'm like, okay. And I'm like thinking, well, I know I just put moisturizer on you. She's like, "Did you use something different?" I said, well, actually, and I didn't want to admit it, but I'm like, actually, I ran out of my favorite one. She's like, "I don't feel moisturized enough." And I'm like, so it just goes to show you, like, you can feel it. Like you can actually genuinely feel it. And she called me out and she knew something was different in that routine. I was so surprised, but it just really like reaffirmed me that I need to like always keep that in my makeup kit, basically.
Today, there are 0 windows in here. We are in here all day long. We start off before you can really even see the sun. We go into like a dungeon in a studio and we're going to shoot until it's dinner time, basically video. So instead of prepping my skin with sunscreen, which I would do usually, we prepped with a moisturizer only because there's no need for the sunscreen today. You're kind of getting the sense of how we prep skin. Now there's like the technique when it comes to the eyes. I'm going to point out 2 really distinct things. NIKKI does eye makeup first before she does face makeup. So she can prep your skin with like the hydrators, the moisturizer, not the sunscreen at that point. And then she goes in with what she's going to explain now is the actual under eye prep. Like on a regular basis, like if it's just me, I don't do eye makeup first. So what I'll do is kind of the opposite. I'll do like my hydrators, my moisturizer, then do this under eye prep that she does, and then go do my hair.
Okay.
And then I will, like finish with my sunscreen. Like I'll take off, like you'll see eye patch situation, all of that. Do my sunscreen, then do my makeup. Because people get real literal in the comments. We've done kind of questions. Do the order how it works out for you in your own routine. But just know that these are the steps that need to be taken to prep your skin. All right, moment of truth. The reason why everyone clicked on this video. How do you prep the under eye for makeup?
Starting with clean under eyes. So I always make sure I go in just with a little bit of micellar water on a cotton round or a Q-tip, whatever I think I need, and just gently go around the lash line. That's usually where you end up having like some makeup residue from the night before. Once that is done, I'll go in immediately with a hydrating toner. So the one I mentioned that I love is the Fenty Milky Toning Essence. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It just instantly hydrates.
I'm going to throw out there something. NIKKI
Yes.
was like, this product says it's not meant for the under eye area.
Right.
Or something like that.
I looked it up just to make sure.
And I told her what skincare brands mean when they put that on the bottle is it wasn't tested for the delicate under eye area, right? Like they're not guaranteeing you that this has been like tested for, you know, getting into your eyes and all of that. But the ingredients used in skincare for your face aren't really that different than the ingredients that tend to be used for skincare on your eyes.
Right.
It's just that the testing wasn't done. So they're not going to like claim it to be an eye product, a product that can be on the eye area because they didn't test for it to be that.
Yeah.
So that's really what it means. It doesn't mean you can't use it on your under eye area. And then step 2 is you put the eye patches.
Yes. Now this is something that I do as a makeup artist. I prep my client's skin with under eye patches. Not everyone's gonna have to do this. So if you wanna skip this step and just go for the eye cream right after that hydrating toner or essence, you can. I never use them on myself, to be quite honest. I only use them on my clients because my clients, I'm getting them ready for a big day, to film all day, to be photographed, all those important things. So why not have that extra step where you're getting your under eyes calmed and depuffed and just getting that soothing element into your makeup application? They're amazing. The ones I love the most are from Skyn, Iceland. They're phenomenal. They do not slip. They have more of like a sticky feeling to them. The top part of them is more like cushiony, like a material. They're the best. They're really big. So they really cover like this entire under eye area, which is amazing. So I'll put those on and I'll keep them on throughout the entire eye makeup process. So if I'm doing lashes, liner, tight lining, everything, those are gonna stay on the entire time.
Like a good 20 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, a good 20 minutes. I spend a lot of time on eye makeup because I love it. So I do the hydrating toning essence or whatever essence, then I seal it in and I lock it in with those eye patches. But after I'm done with the eye makeup, what I do is after I remove them, inevitably you're gonna need some extra hydration put back into that area. So this is when I go in with my eye cream. So I love a couple. I love the NATURIUM Vitamin Bright eye cream. There's 2 different shades. Both are in my makeup kit. They're both amazing. Those actually help to really further brighten your under eyes. They also, of course, moisturize. It has shea butter, right?
Yeah, it has a little bit of shea butter. It's not as like thick as you would think either.
No, and you need a really small amount, but it really does have like a great light reflecting quality to it that helps to brighten and counteract any darkness under your eyes. So then that way, when I go in with my concealer, I don't need as much depending on like the client that I'm doing makeup on. The other one that I like as well is a little bit thicker. So I'll use this for like my really dry under eye clients. It's the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Eye Cream. Little goes a long way, just like with all eye creams. You don't want to go crazy with it. Just tap it in. I don't swipe. I don't recommend swiping. You never want to go in with your eye cream and just go, okay, all right, it's on. No, don't do that, please.
Yeah.
Just don't do that. You want to push it and press it in. And depending on like the client that I'm working with or like the situation, if they still need some extra depuffing that I can see, applying that extra bit of pressure to push that eye cream in is really soothing, and it really does help to actually depuff even more.
The big takeaway for your under eye prep and for your skin prep, light hydrating layers, super light moisturizing layers. Make sure that everything is a light layer. That's really what it comes down to.
Light layer and prep your skin based on your skin type. Do the plumpers, do the hydrating, plumping things that are gonna get your skin just juicy and plump. That is gonna be the best. That's gonna be a game changer. That's gonna make your makeup look so much better when it sits on your skin.
Yeah.
And then lock it in. But I just really think that starting with light layers, clean skin, hydration, light layers of moisturizer, and then you could do your primer if you need it, and then your makeup out on top. But just really take into consideration how thick the layers are of product that you're putting on before your makeup is gonna make a big difference.
Totally. If you guys have any questions, I know there's gonna be some.
There's so many, I could just keep going on.
Leave them in the comments below. You can also find us on social media. I'm at Susan Yara.
I'm Makeup by NIKKI LaRose.
And we'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye.